Hi, my name is Dr. Erica Parazo. I am a physical therapist with Liberty Rehabilitation Specialists. And this month, April, is Move More Month. So this week, our physical therapist will be discussing movement and how it can impact your health in various ways. So today I am going to talk about movement and physical activity that older adults, so that's adults over the age of 65, can be doing right now to stay healthy and fit, which is more important now than ever with COVID-19 because, as you may know, older adults are more at risk of contracting the virus, and physical activity can help make our immune system stronger. I'm going to be talking about 4 different kinds of exercises today that can help you stay healthy. And I'll also post short videos in the comments below my video from the National Institute on Aging. And those videos will have example of each kind of exercise that I discuss today. So first we'll discuss endurance exercise. What is endurance? The term endurance, in short, refers to our body's ability to perform before we get tired, so before fatigue. So how long can we go and move before things poop out, right? It's recommended that adults over the age of 65 get at least 30 minutes to an hour of moderate intensity. We'll discuss that in a little bit. Moderate intensity exercise for 150 minutes a week, 150 per week. So 150, that kind of sounds like a lot, right? Especially if we haven't been moving for a while. But if you take the minimal recommendation of 30 minutes per week, 30 minutes per day, and kind of break it up into 10 minutes 3 times a day, it gets more manageable, right? So how much should you be moving? What is moderate intensity, right? Because it's 30 minutes per day of moderate intensity exercise. What does that mean? It depends on you. The answer is it depends. So it depends on you and your fitness level, and we use this scale called the RPE scale to determine intensity in the individual, because it really is based on your own perceived exertion during the exercise. So you should feel as though the exercise is hard or challenging. But if it feels easy, you're not moving enough to increase your fitness level. Again, for examples of types of exercises that can increase your endurance, you can refer to the comments below my video. Next, we'll talk about resistance exercise. So resistance exercise is typically something that we do to make our muscles stronger, right? When you think about resistance exercise, you think of people lifting weights. So the recommendation for adults over the age of 65 is resistance training, strengthening, 2 days out of the week. 2 days out of the week, again, at moderate intensity. So how much weight should you be lifting to be at moderate intensity, right? Am I lifting a 5-pound weight or am I lifting a 20-pound weight? Again, it's based on how you feel during the exercise. So if you look back to that chart, the RPE scale, the exercise should feel hard or challenging when you're finished with it. So say you decide to do 10 repetitions of a bicep curl. At number 10, you should feel like, wow, that was pretty challenging. Again, if it feels easy, you might want to lift a little bit more weight. So for resistance exercises, again, you can refer to the comments below this video. So there are a few good ones in there. Next, we'll talk about flexibility exercises. So those are exercises that will make your muscles more flexible or more stretchy, which is really important as we get older, because with time, we get a little more stiff, a little less stretchy. So stretching will be very important for our adults over the age of 65. So The recommendation for stretching is at least 2 days a week. That doesn't mean you only have to stretch 2 days a week. At least 2 days a week to get health benefits. You can stretch every day if you wanted to. So again, there are some good stretching exercises below, but you want to make sure that you are stretching after you've been moving for a little bit. You don't want to just start off with stretching, because if you think about stretching a rubber band, if you pick up your rubber band and immediately stretch it as far as it'll go, it might snap, right? You might cause injury. So what we do with rubber bands typically is we give it little stretching movements before we get it to its maximum, right? Same thing with our muscles. We need to move it a little bit before we start to stretch. So keep that in mind. Save flexibility or stretching towards the end of your routine. And lastly, we'll talk about balance. So there's no general recommendations as far as frequency, how often you should be doing balance, or intensity as far as how the balance exercises should feel. But if you look back to our videos from last week, balance is super, super, super important, especially for adults over the age of 65, because things in our bodies change that make our balance a little more impaired than it was in our younger days. So the balance exercises will be extremely important. So I recommend starting with 2 days a week and building up from there. Again, there are some really good balance exercises in the videos below our comments, but you can also look back to our videos from last week. There should be 3 with some good information about balance and how that relates to falls. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this at least gave you a good place to start as far as exercising and movement, especially during this time of social distancing. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a phone call or to just leave your questions in the comments below, and we'd be happy to answer. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.